with the 8854. It runs to 80 foot-pounds, and then it shuts off, so that you have to finish with a click wrench to make sure that you're as accurate as possible. You can also do this with our pneumatic impacts. These will run when you hit resistance and it stops, let go. Check your torque with your click wrench to make sure you're in the range that you need to be. So where CP has our impacts, we have several different sizes, from a 1/2 inch to 3/8 to a 1 inch. All of these are good for different applications. As you can see, our small impacts are good for car shops in the light, medium range. Then we come down to our 1/2 inch. And in the tire shops, these are the perfect impacts for light vehicles. So our passenger vehicles that you and I would drive on a daily basis. These are used for tightening and untightening bolts, general mechanics if needed. And then we move on to the 3/8. This is when we start getting more into the medium to heavy duty range for the cars. And then we have our 1 inch, which this is mainly focused on heavier duty cars, think class 6 and 8 or bigger trucks. One of the tools we're going to talk about today is the 7741. This is a product we launched last year. It has a version that is the base anvil, and then we also have the -2, which is a 2-inch extended anvil. A common misconception is that when you have a 2-inch extended anvil, that you lose a lot of the power, and that's just simply not the case. With CP, whether it is the -2 or the base model, you have the same foot-pounds, the same torque, everything stays the same, and you keep that accuracy. One of the big benefits with the 7741 is the price point. It's very affordable, and it's very strong, very fast for what we have it listed for. So comparing it to old versions, it is 15% lighter, meaning it's more ergodynamic. It's going to have less wear and tear on the operator, and it's going to be more comfortable to hold for a long-term application. So if you're changing tires for 8, 12 hours a day, this is a very good tool that'll give you great speed at 720 foot-pounds, and it will also be comfortable. You're not going to have heat transfer from it using because of its composite body. There are 3 settings to go in reverse. One sits at 45% total torque, one sits at 55% total torque, and then the last one in reverse sits at full torque breakoff. In forwards, it's not at full capacity. It's generally sitting between 65 and 70% of max torque, and that rings true with the 7741. So taking a step up from our good, better, best, the 7741 is our good, and our better is the 7748. This is a very durable tool. It has gone through tremendous drop testing, and it withstood and still performed at a very high capacity. It also has great power at 960 foot-pounds of braking torque. It's also lightweight at just over 4 pounds. Again, this one does include the base anvil or the -2 extended. Some of the key things that we can see on this is with the rubber gripping, it's more comfortable. You're not going to slip as you're using it longer. And again, it has a composite housing, so you're not going to feel that heat transfer or that cold transfer that you would with more steel or metal tools. So that's another benefit that CP has brought forth with our line of impacts in the 1/2 inch range. We had the 7748 in the past. It was very successful. It was a very good tool. But CP wants to continue to push forward, and that's why we had the transition to the new 7748, which was lighter, it has more power, and it has the composite housing that I was just speaking of. One of the key things you'll notice on the 7748 is it has a very simple and easy to change reverse and forwards. This is very beneficial when you're taking your tires off, to where you can put it into reverse, take the tires off, get the new tire, mount it with a simple switch right by the trigger. You can put the tires back on. And the trigger is very comfortable. It is not one that you have to put a lot of force into to pull. It's not super light where just a simple press is going to make it run. It's very comfortable and is the perfect balance between needing to press hard and a gentle touch. We also have a battery line. The 8854 was launched just this year. And a few of the key things that we have brought forward with our new battery line, one being it's lightweight. It is just over 5.5 pounds, and it is 25% lighter than any other battery impact on the market for comparable power and comparable size, as well as it's easy to use. It has a single forward reverse, and it has a shutoff feature at 80 foot-pounds, like I spoke about earlier, to where when you run your lug down at 80 foot-pounds, it stops. That way you have to finish your torque with a click wrench. The reason we do this is for safety, and it avoids over tightening. With passenger vehicles, you generally want to try and hit 100 foot-pounds. So with the 8854, we put you in the perfect position to hit that and be as accurate as possible to avoid brakes, to avoid over tightening, and ensure that you have peace of mind that you hit the torque that you're aiming for. One of the big things is the safety that we bring with the 8854. It is a low vibration tool, 30% lower than anything else on the market for comparable power, as well as 25% quieter than anything else on the market. A lot of concern nowadays is looking at the health and the safety of our operators and our tire technicians. And this tool is a great feature for them. It's lightweight, so it's not going to wreak havoc on their hands, their wrists, or their forearms after using it for a long period of time. It's quiet, so there's not a big risk of hearing damage. And the vibration is low, so they're not going to have that reverberation going through their arms, because we've made sure that safety is a big concern for CP and making sure that our customers are being as safe as possible with the tools that we can provide them. A few of the cool things with this is the snugging feature and the shutoff feature. With the 8854, the snugging feature is a light trigger pull. It runs slow to start that snugging. And what that means is instead of hand tightening the first few rungs, once you feel secure, you can pull the trigger fully and it'll run to 80 foot-pounds and then it will shut off. So this saves the operator from having to hand tighten each lug. And we estimate that about 2,500 minutes a year is spent just by hand tightening the bolts. However, with the CP snugging, this saves about 2,000 minutes. So about 500 minutes a year with the snugging feature to change the tires. So that is a huge time saver, meaning not only have we looked at safety, we have not only looked at the ergonomics, but we've also looked at how we can save time for our customers, and we've implemented it into the 8854. Some of the big things inside of it is that we're the first on the market with a twin hammer mechanism with an electric brushless motor, meaning we brought the technology of an air motor and the durability into a battery impact. This makes it lightweight, makes it durable, it makes it very efficient, and it's quick and it's easy greasing. A few of the other things is, as you can see on the inside, we have a motor pilot that manages the twin hammer, meaning you have control of the tool, meaning it's not going to just die on you. It has better durability. The tool itself has flex so that when it's dropped, it's not going to just break on you. Because CP makes sure that we're ensuring the longevity of our products. We also are composite, meaning we do not have the heat transfer. As I mentioned with the 7741 and the 7748, the composite housing prevents heat transfer. The 8854 also has the rubber grip so that it's not slipping and falling out of your hand. It's high performing and it's great to change your tires. Moving on into the next step in the tire shop is tire repair. We're looking at being more green, trying to have longevity from the tires to where they can continue to go and go. And sometimes when you're driving, you run over something that sticks into the tire, it goes flat, it's not damaged to the point that you can't save it. And so that's where we can do our tire repairs. So some of the key things that we saw when looking at tire repair on what operators look for The big ones are the mobility, being able to move from tire to tire and station to station. We also saw that they looked at the compactness. So how does it feel? How big is it? What power to weight ratio am I receiving? And of course, the biggest one is always safety. So when you have something in your tire, you need to change it. You typically get your flat tire, you remove what's needed, you buff and you clean the area, and then you do your patchwork. So where does CP fit into the tire repair? Well, there's 10 steps in total when you're looking at the tire repair aspect. You start with inspecting the tire, finding where the issue is. Then you remove any foreign objects that might be obstructing the tire, causing it to go flat, that has caused damage. And then you prepare the liner. And then in step 4 and 5, this is where CP comes into play. In step 4, you take a drill, you clean the area that you've removed the foreign object from, any debris, any loose pieces of tire, you want to clean that out so that when you move to step 5, the tire buffer on the inside can come in, buff everything out, clean it off, and then you can proceed with putting in the patch. So CP is proud to give you a sneak peek as to what's to come later this year. CP is launching 2 brand new tire buffers. The first one that I'm showing now is the low intensity usage. This runs at 3,000 RPM. This is for low usage. You can get about 5,000 hours durability usage on this tool. It's lightweight, it's compact, it's got a no-slip grip as well as a composite housing, so that the heat transfer, especially because of how fast these things run, the heat transfer never gets to the operator. So that's a big benefit that CP is looking at with all of our products. Now, you might have some tire repairs that need more intense usage, and CP considered that as well. And so we also have a heavy-duty tire repair tool. So with this, you have an easy control handle that will not give you heat transfer. You have a composite housing, you have a rubber grip as well. And with this, instead of 5,000 hours of durability, it's 2,000 opposed to 500. So those will be coming later this year, so keep an eye out for that. It's an exciting thing that CP is happy to help move into the market of and have a new line. We've been there for a while, but this new line of tire buffers is going to give us a huge step forward in being more green and helping our customers be more green with how long tires can last. The other thing that CP wants to really show how we can help you in the tire industry is our stud cleaners. When studs come in and you need to change the tire, they can be greasy, they can be dirty, they can have debris on them, and that's why you need a stud cleaner. When you're doing your stud cleaning, you want a drill that runs at a low RPM. That way you're not damaging the stud. You also want one that can go in forwards and reverse. And so CP has the 2755, which is the perfect tool for the stud cleaners. You can attach them, run them at a low RPM to go in forwards and then reverse. The issue, if you're only running in forwards, when you come to take it off, you're going to damage the stud cleaner and you have the potential to damage the stud itself. So CP has a drill specifically designed to where we can help you with the stud cleaning in forwards and reverse to ensure that the studs and the tires as a whole are better taken care of. CP wants to be the all-in-one solution for you when it comes to your tire shops. From impacts to tire repair to jacks to stud cleaners, CP has all the solutions that you could possibly need, and we're happy to partner with you to better improve where your needs in the market are and how we can help perpetuate your business further. Are there any questions about where CP is with the tire shops or any of the tools that we talked about today? All right. If there are no questions, I want to thank you very much for joining us today. CP is very proud to be doing webinars now. We're going to continue to do these throughout the year and moving forward on the key product and the key industries that we are proud to be partnered in and provide solutions for. Thank you very much. Have a very safe week and have a great 4th of July. Thank you.